Lesson 12. Swami and his friends. Do you quarrel or squabble with your friends? Can you stay for long without talking to them? Read the story of Swami, a mischievous but lovable 10-year-old, and his 3 friends, Rajam, Mani, and Shankar, and see if there are any similarities between your group of friends and them. Read and enjoy the story.
One afternoon, Swaminathan stood before Mani's house and gave a low whistle. Mani joined him. They started for Rajam's house, speculating on what the surprise, which Rajam said he would give them if they saw him this afternoon, might be. Their thoughts turned to their enemies. You know what I am going to do? Mani asked. I am going to break Somu's waist. I know where he lives. He lives in Kabir Street behind the market. I have often seen him coming out at nights to a shop in the market for betel leaves. I shall first fling a stone at the municipal lamp and put it out. You have no idea how dark Kabir Street is. I shall wait with my club, and as soon as he appears, he will sprawl. And as soon as he appears, he will sprawl in the dust with broken bones. Swaminathan shuddered at the thought. And that is not all, said Mani. I am going to get that pea under my heel and press him to the earth. And Shankar is going to hang by his tuft over the Saryu from a peepal branch. They stopped talking when they reached Rajam's house. The gate was bolted, and they got up the wall and jumped in. A servant came running down towards them. He asked, Why did you climb the wall? Is the wall your property? Mani asked and burst into laughter. But if you had broken your ribs? The servant began. What is that to you? Your ribs are safe. Are they not? Swaminathan asked ungraciously and laughed. And just a word more, Mani said. Do you happen to be by any chance the police superintendent's son? No, replied the servant. Very well then, replied Mani. We have come to see and talk to the police superintendent's son. The servant beat a hasty retreat. They banged their fists on Rajam's door. They heard the clicking of the latch and hid themselves behind the pillar. Rajam peeped out and shut the door again. They came out, stood before the door, and wondered what to do. Swaminathan applied his mouth to the keyhole and mewed like a cat. Mani pulled him away and, putting his mouth to the hole, barked like a dog. The latch clicked again and the door opened slightly. Mani whispered to Swaminathan, You are a blind kitten. I will be a blind puppy. Mani fell down on his knees and hands, shut his eyes tight, pushed the door with his head, and entered Rajam's room in the role of a blind puppy. Swaminathan crawled it behind him with shut eyes, mewing for all he was worth. They moved round and round the room, Rajam adding to the interest of the game by mewing and barking in answer every few seconds. The blind puppy brushed its side against a leg, and thinking that it belonged to Rajam's, softly bit the calf muscle. Imagine its confusion when it opened its eyes and saw that it was biting its enemy, Somu. The blind kitten nestled close to a leg and scratched it with its paw. Opening its eyes, it found that it was folding a leg that belonged to its enemy, Shankar. Mani remained stunned for a moment and then scrambled to his feet. He looked around, his face twitching with shame and rage. He saw the pea sitting in a corner, his eyes twinkling with mischief, and felt impelled to take him by the throat. He turned round and saw Rajam regarding him steadily, his mouth still quivering with a smothered grin. As for Swaminathan, he felt that the best place for himself would be the darkness and obscurity under a table or a chair. What do you mean by this, Rajam? Mani asked. Why are you so wild? It was your fault, said Mani vehemently. I didn't know. He looked around. Well, I didn't ask you to crawl and bark, did I? Somu and company laughed. Mani glared around. I am going away, Rajam. This is not the place for me. Rajam replied, You may go away if you don't want me to see you or speak to you anymore. Mani fidgeted. Mani fidgeted uneasily. Rajam took him aside and soothed him. Rajam then turned to Swaminathan, who was lost in bottomless misery. He confronted and flattered him by saying that it was the best imitation of a cat and dog that he had ever witnessed in his life. He admitted that for a few moments he was wondered whether he was watching a real cat and a dog. They would get prized if they did it in fairs. If Swami